and welcome to training. My name is Dr. Glenda Holcomb. I work here at Hilo Medical Center as a management analyst, and I've been supporting HR, and we thought that some refresher training or new training for some of you would be helpful to help us capture more of our metrics within Position Manager and actually be able to streamline our processes for hiring. One reason why we're doing this is that we want to move more toward a data-driven organization. For a data-driven organization, we find that we can find bottlenecks, we can add value and drive performance across the organization as a whole. And specifically in HR, studies show that by streamlining and moving to data to help us make some of our decisions, we can find and recruit better candidates because they won't be hanging out there on the line waiting for communications. We'll become more efficient and effective in our workflows, and we'll also be able to hire and recruit and retain talent by having a plan on how to deal with different situations. And we can apply our lessons learned to our future workflows. This also helps us to find recruits and new hires and have them start integrating into our culture earlier in the workflow than they normally would. And this helps us support our vision and our mission of providing exceptional and compassionate care. We want high values, we want high professionalism and dignity, we want to work with the right attitude, we want to be accountable for our actions, and all of these things through training and through new tools will help us do that. So, we're going to be looking at Position Manager today, and this is focused primarily on the hiring managers. So, let's get started. Position Manager is an application that is provided by Healthcare Source. They are a leading healthcare workflow and applicant tracking system software company, and we have chosen that product at this time to help us with our applicant tracking, posting our jobs, and getting our workflow complete. So first thing you do, of course, is log in, and I've already logged in because it sometimes takes a bit, but first thing that we want to look at is our dashboard here. Now, you're going to see different things on my dashboard than you will see on your dashboards, mainly because I have admin permissions so that I can make changes in the back end for some things, and also because you're going to want to see the work you do, not everybody else's work. So the dashboard, when you come up, will be the work that you have done within Position Manager. We want to come here to our People tab, and you can see applicants and new hires. Mainly, here we go. We want to click on that Applicant tab, and it's going to bring up for you all of the applicants under the requisitions or the job requisitions that you have. And again, you're going to see more under mine simply because I have that administrative privilege. You can tell at a glance, there is a lot of data here. And so we're going to walk through this. This is going to kind of be an overview to what you can see here at a glance on Position Manager. So as always, you get to see the job requisition that you have and the requisition number. You'll see the application date for your applicants. You'll see the status of that application. And this can be in a variety of statuses, and we're going to review most of them at another time. But at a glance, you're going to focus in on these that have been sent to the manager, because these are the ones that you will need to focus on, that you need to review, determine if you want an interview. If you want to interview, schedule that interview, and go forward with the process. There will be more training on that also later. You're going to see when the modification date to that record was last done, and at a glance, you see the education, the experience of the applicant. We're going to go over these types of, this is your hiring manager score, if you have one, the recruiter score, if we do that, and that's going to be done mostly through our applicant rating sheets. But again, I'm going to train on that in a separate module. You're going to have flags that will indicate what your response is. So again, once you've made a decision and you've updated a record, the recruiter will be able to see at a glance what your next steps are or what you would like to do. Here are note tabs. You can view every note just by clicking on it. Again, we'll go more into notes. But now, let's look at what you can see now for applicants. Up front here, let's cover these little boxes over here, the colored boxes. So this teal A means that they have submitted an application online, and the application can be viewed. You can view it by clicking here. You can bring up their name, and it's going to give you all kinds of information. The R means that they've also uploaded a resume, and this can be handy for you to just take a look through that augments the application data. If you see this kind of pinkish, purplish C, it means that they have also uploaded a cover letter, and a cover letter can tell you a lot about an applicant as well. So whatever they upload, you really want to review. And then we have our gold T down here, and T technically stands for transfer. So basically they're transferring from one department into another here through East Hawaii Health. So T is technically an internal candidate. So now that we have gone over those, you know now what you can find for each candidate. I'm going to show you a way of getting details on the requisition, because you always want to make sure that you review. If you've got many requisitions out there, refresh your memory a little bit. And this brings up kind of a Reader's Digest version of just the requisition. You know, so you get the org code and the job code, temporary or permanent, with benefits, without benefits, who the recruiting managers are, who the hiring manager, if there are pre-qualification questions. Again, a Reader's Digest view. But if you want to see what the applicant applied to, you can click the I, and the I is going to bring up the entire requisition that was applied for. All right, now we know how to get to that information. As you scroll over, you can see, again, kind of a Reader's Digest version of the applicant. Down where you see previous applications, we're going to go over these numbers a little bit later, but I do want to highlight that that has to do with the number of applications that this specific applicant has put into the system. Has it been reviewed, has been reviewed by senior manager, and if they've been offered. All right, one of the things that I want to highlight here is our flags that you can see. Again, another piece of data at a glance. The purplish flag, this candidate is in consideration. You've got the interview scheduled, and these are driven by when you take action, and we're going to cover the power of that take action button later. So we also have a red flag, They're not selected. And they could be not selected for a variety of reasons. They aren't actually qualified for the job. They don't have the experience. They didn't show up for the interview. And do we really want to hire someone that doesn't show up? I'm going to scroll through here to get some other flags. And our green flag, make an offer. Absolutely, yeah. This tells the recruiter that they can now start interacting with the now candidate that you want to bring in the door. And I'm going to scroll one more page because there's one more flag. See, we have, again, not the best qualified. Make an offer. There is one more flag that you might get, and it's a yellow flag. And for that flag, it means that they are in consideration by the hiring manager, but you need another piece of information. For example, maybe you need their school record, something that you need to help you make a better decision for that applicant. All right. Let's take a look at an actual applicant. Again, the very top part is that Reader's Digest version of what information you have. This is all on the candidate. You can also scroll to, if something is wrong and you need to edit that, you can bring up the application, the resume, and the cover letter from this position. You see where the active status is, sent to manager. Now let's look at these numbers. The first number is the applications that are new or active that this applicant has in the system. The second number is the number of applications that has been flagged as a not hire status. And not hire just means that they weren't hired for this position or another position, but they may not have been the best candidate for that position. The green is didn't hire them, but they are valuable for another position. For example, maybe they're not a management applicant 4, but maybe they can be a management analyst 3 or 2. And then finally, our last number here is the number of applications that have been put into the hired status for this applicant. Again, you can see the Reader's Digest version of the requisition details and all the messages and tasks that have come into play with this applicant. And here you'll see that yellow tag. They are in consideration. You can add notes. Let's go out from here. And you can search. These are great if you're looking for a specific applicant. You can do quick searches. You can do an advanced search. How many applicants have applied in the last 90 days and put in a start-end date for that. You can do a quick search on hiring manager or recruiter, what the flag status is, and it's all based on the search. Okay, I'm going to end the session now. This is our high-level overview of what data we can find at a glance within Position Manager. And next time, we're going to talk more about that Take Action button and the applicant rating sheet and the metrics that we want to capture here in Position Manager. Thank you very much, and I hope you have a great day.